Well, what a shit show Foxborough was, but Chance Hymas gets the first Supercross win of his career. As for the racing, not a lot to talk about. That was one of the most boring Supercrosses I've ever watched in my life. And, you know, if those guys are out there rolling around, rolling over every jump, and just struggling to keep their bike up, that shit was a disaster. But several cool storylines anyway, right? With Chance getting his first win, Mark Finnis and Dayton Briggs qualified fastest. If you don't follow Dayton on here, he's a good follow. Been following him for a couple of years since he was headed to Loretta's, and he just got his pro points at Daytona. I don't think he was even supposed to race this race. I think he was supposed to do futures again, but apparently somebody on that team got hurt, and they said, hey, go race it. And not only did Briggs qualify second, but he led the main event for a little bit, right? And then Finnis, hadn't heard a lot about him and the Club MX split, but to jump on a different team, on a different bike, come out, qualify fastest, and put it in the top 10, that's pretty awesome. So Chance gets his first win. Congrats to him. Then Cullen Park in second, Gage Linville in third, Justin Rodbell in fourth, and you got to go back to fifth to find Daxton Bennett before you find another factory guy. Then you had Lance Kobush, Jack Chambers, Mark Finnis, Seth Hamaker in ninth, and Preston Taylor rounded out the top 10. RJ Hampshire wound up 14th after his hydroplane maneuver going in the first turn. Dayton Briggs wound up 17th after having some trouble. Hopefully I said Dayton earlier and not Daxton, right? He was having shirts made up that said Daxton Briggs and Dayton Braggs, making fun of RC. But hopefully I said that right earlier. If not, oh well. Maximus Volum had some problems. He wound up 18th. Thrasher had some problems, wound up 19th. And Vial, not real sure what happened to Vial. He ran fourth a lot of the main event, and then his last lap was like 4 minutes. It showed him pushing his bike over the finish line. But I don't know what happened on that last lap for him to do 4 minutes. And of course the coverage wasn't very good. There were bikes stuck all over the track, and they weren't showing a lot of what was going on. What Foxborough did do though was tighten the points up. Seth Hamaker and Tom Vial now tied at the top with 99, and RJ only 2 back. Chance is only 8 back. So with 2 showdowns and 2 East rounds left, pretty much anybody's game at this point. And speaking of that, we're going to Philly this weekend, which is a showdown. And it looks like rain there too, so could have another mudder. Hopefully it's not as terrible as Foxborough. I love to watch a good mud race, but that shit was just ridiculous. Looked like beginners out there rolling around, and that's no slight to the riders. That's just how bad the track was. And since it's a showdown, this is what the West points look like going into this weekend. Deacon's up 14 over Beaumare and 20 over Davies, but with 2 showdowns and a West round left, looks like Deegan's got this thing on lock. But with it being a mudder this weekend, I mean, we just saw Vial get 22nd, and yeah, so we know anything can happen. Anyway, on to Philly.